Hello everyone, this will be the review of game Super Captain 3D, and the key was provided by developer. Biggest problem from the start, lack of resolution, which is very annoying. The game is done in some sort of program, I think it's Game Maker, some version of Game Maker. And it's a shoot 'em up, going from left to right, also bullet hell, like most shoot 'em ups are. So let's look at options. What do we have? Very loud noise, so I'm gonna actually go absolutely down. It should be even better control over it. 10% is not enough because 10% is already too loud, so it should be normal slider, but that's what we have. At least we can switch off music. Full screen we can go on and off, but I don't see any options to go for resolution, so I was able to also close this window mode with Alt Enter, but there is no resolution setting that I can see. Controller, of course, will be PC, and scan lines just make the graphics worse, so I'm going to switch it off. Okay, so let's try to go to game. Story mode continue. I could go continue, I could go stage select. I should actually go to stage second because I can't choose it here. So maybe wait, let's continue with this. Okay, it should be level 2. I have to, yeah, it's stage second. How do you shoot? I have to kinda, okay, spacebar is this. I have to try to find some button because I forgot the button. What's Z, C, X, F, G? No. Let's try to see configuration. Ah, my goodness. Select an option. Main menu. Back. Controller. PC. Okay. What are the buttons? PC, yeah, no way to change it. Once again. Continue. What was the button? Let's see all the buttons. Q, W, no. Yes, it's E. Actually, it's E button. Very weird. There should be a way to set the controls because this way is very annoying. We can level up 3 powers. I guess this is shield, speed of movement, and I think it's special power, the beam power or something like that. But that's all you have, and everything is deleted after the stage, so you level up only within a stage. As you can see, the character is moving very slowly, so that's what we have. It's very weird that he's so slow, but that's how it behaves, so that's what I'm showing you. Let me just check the recording. Yeah, it should be okay. So this, when it comes to sound, it's just the typical pew pew pew, what you could expect, because, well, I cannot lower the sound below 10%. I'm gonna just comment. Of course, you shoot enemies. You can go to this powerful mode, which allows you to bounce away bullets, which helps with bullet hell things. Not that I'm sure what happens when you get hit. I think you just stagger, but when they hit, well, I think when they hit the left side of the screen or something, maybe that slowly depletes your tower HP. Not entirely sure about that, but I guess that's the idea. I'm not sure we can level up anything. Doesn't seem so. Seems like we are still level 1 and no skill points. I could bounce it away, but not helping. Where was the other button? Yeah, R is the powerful beam. Yes, when they make it to the end of the screen, not their bullets, they take away from the town's HP bar. You are still extremely slow. I think I got now the power up. So yeah, you have some power ups here. You can have those different modes of shooting. We are still not leveling for some reason. By the way, I don't see well the bottom of the screen because it just goes into some sort of window mode, but not the one I can regulate, so I cannot check the resolution. But I can see the bar slowly filling up. I guess you might see a bit more, hopefully. I would just have to move the window a little bit up, but now I'm gonna just continue with the level. I think we'll just go one level. If I fail or I don't, then whatever. I'm just going to stop after one level of the game. It's good that you have at least any sort of leveling or upgrade system, which is very weak because you only have 3 powers. but it's still better than nothing. Yeah, now I can upgrade it. 1, 2, or 3. Let's go 3. By the way, I forgot what's the shield. I think this is the shield. Yeah, I think that's the shield. But I'm going to upgrade the beam, which might help on the boss if we ever find the boss. I was fighting one boss so far. It was okay for this sort of game. So maybe we'll be able to see another one, unless I completely fail. It's not a very fascinating game, really. I played better ones in this genre. This one is very basic. But it works, it doesn't crash. So, well, you can show someone how a very basic shoot 'em up game works, or rather worked, because this is the sort of game that were made years ago, many years ago, even on older computers. Kind of like Space Invaders, but different perspective. Those guys are just Space Invaders enemies. So yeah, those spears do more damage. The additional power we can get, some sort of power up. Now we have the usual one. So we can get the spears, we can get the spread out bullets. And of course I can't do anything about those guys. Can I bounce them? Yeah, I can destroy them with my body, which might help sometimes. Maybe let's burn them like this. I'm not sure how I failed, because I did play this level. I think I failed by either the boss or it was the town being destroyed. I'm not sure. Yeah, let's do it again. Bounce these guys. Maybe shoot this one, the last one. What is this? Yeah, this is the spread one. Spread one is good. Like many more bullets. Instead of 2 or 3, we shoot like 6. So it works like shotgun from close range. Well, they die anyway from 1 bullet, but we might need better firepower for the boss. It doesn't last too long as well. I'm gonna go for this beam probably. Like upgrade it fully. Wider and lasts longer. Yeah, it should be much stronger. It's too bad that you cannot upgrade your character between levels, and that you cannot upgrade your main power. At least I don't see any way to do it. You can only upgrade the special moves. I'm not sure how you rush faster, how you move faster. Is this a passive power, or can you activate it? Maybe you can activate it. I don't see any way to activate it. Maybe there's just another button for it, which is not explained, by the way. Buttons are completely not explained. Okay, let's take anything. Right, we have the spread, that's good. And we can use the laser if I have to. I don't want to now, but we can. Yeah, it's too bad I can't really get any skill tree or anything like it. It's just what we have. We are able to kill those guys with the beam. The usual move to the right and get more bullets. It's not really more bullets, but it looks like it's more bullets. If you go to the left, they are kind of more spread. If you go to the right, they are more amassed, but that's what always happens in those games for some reason. It gives you an impression that you're doing more damage, but I don't think so. I think the rate of fire is the same. Right, let's burn them like this, and maybe one more upgrade. Wider and lasts longer. Same story. Not sure how fast it loads. It just gets operational from time to time. Not sure exactly what's the waiting time. Okay, I don't think I've seen this boss. I think I failed completely this level before. Where is the boss? I can use the beam. Not sure where are his weak powers. They will destroy the heart too. I'm not sure how it works. They can't hit me at all. Maybe they can't hit me at all and I got hit. Maybe that's the thing. Might be the thing. Right, I can bounce it away. I'm dead. I'm dead anyway. I can burn it? No. I think I have to shoot his appendices, whatever you call it. Appendices. Appendages, maybe. It says when he hits me I'm destroyed. I was not destroyed. I don't know. I was hit by bullets. Maybe I can hit him and I did. Maybe that was the problem. Maybe he actually hit me. Or not. Alright, so I'm doing some damage. Well, I was upgrading the beam, so I was hoping it's gonna be better, but it's not. Alright, let's wait for it. Bounce it. And then let's use the beam on those things. Okay, I'm gonna use all the power on this bottom one. I'm not sure if this wins or it just does some damage. Not that sure about it. I think the beam should get him, maybe. That's enough. So we now have to kill the main guy, main body. By the way, I think it was the first boss before, on the first level. Maybe he's always in this level. Okay, he's going to kill me, right? No, he didn't. Maybe he did some damage to town somehow. I don't really have HP as a character. It's like my town has HP, but not me. I could avoid it. Not sure how it works. I'm not sure if I have to do it. I think he did hit the town a bit with this distractor beam. Okay, let's do this. Not sure if you have to kill the appendices and then him, or is it the like whatever. Okay. Yeah, it's doing damage, so we are done for right now. Oh yeah, we made it barely, absolutely barely made it. All right, guys, I'm gonna I guess stop here. Do I want to go to next level? No, it should save. Let's see if I can do something. I pressed E. All right. Some story. Yeah, there's just more of them. Of course, more. Right, okay, the level changed. I get it. So yeah, what is it? Yeah, it's stage 2-1. So we did 2 stages and that's another one. Now we have the meteors. So yeah, that was it, I guess. What is it? Same story, yeah, same stuff. Okay, I'm gonna stop here, go to main menu. Alright guys, so this is the game. Super Captain 3D. This is very rudimentary, very basic shoot 'em up where you go from left to right, however you call it. I guess it's scrolling shooter. And you do have elements of bullet hell, to some extent at least. And that's it. There is very little elements to the game. There is 3 powers you can level up, but only within a level. Then you have to start over. And you have very few upgrades. Like we noticed 2 of them. 2 sorts of upgrades to our main damage. So basically we are looking at games of this genre, especially those that you go from bottom to the top. Very often there is more upgrades. Very often there is some sort of progression of your ship or whatever you are shooting with. Here it's just very rudimentary, very basic, but it works. It works on basic level. You just can play it as any other game in the genre. It's just not very interesting because it has similar enemies, at least for now, at least for 3 levels. Like first level had the same boss, and there is no real customization, at least for now. Maybe later there is something, maybe there is a few more powers, but so far it was just the same. So I would say the game is below standard a bit, but it works fine. So I would give 4 out of 10, but only within this genre. So if you are looking at a game exactly like this, this sort of simple shoot 'em up, and you want to beat it for the sake of it, which, well, for me it's not very interesting, but if you're into those games, then probably you like them for some reason. I generally don't play them because they are too boring for me, with very, very few exceptions. So I would say it's 4. It's just below standard. It works fine, it's quite responsive, but the amount of content is just not enough. It's not satisfying. The graphics are, well, passable, maybe. If you had some sort of skill tree, some sort of power, some sort of upgrades, maybe different heroes to choose from, maybe more variety in enemies, and maybe more sense in leveling, because, well, all you level is 3 skills, and most of them are kind of useless. Like, well, the beam is kind of useful on bosses, but aside from that, the shield is not even necessary. You can just take the bullets, I guess. It's very, very weird. Also explained how exactly stuff works. Like, you take bullets, nothing happens. Bullets go outside screen, nothing happens. Sorry for that. And enemies, when enemies go past, then your town takes damage. You don't take damage. Like, you are immortal, but you have to defend the town. But it's not like town defense, like those games where you have town below and meteors go down. No, it's kind of like uh, you shall not pass game with a sort of quasi Superman, you know, this immortal guy who flies around and shoots laser out of his eyes. But it's not even Superman. It's like a bad clone of Superman. Of course, the game is just a shooter, right? It's not a Superman game as such. It's just shoot 'em up with some bullet hell elements, which are kind of pointless because, well, you can take the bullets. So what's the point of avoiding them? And yeah, it was used done. It was done in some program to make games, which probably has its limitations. So that's the best they could do with that, probably, I guess. I'm not sure how those programs work, but apparently you put some assets together and kind of works, fueled by the engine itself, by the program. So yeah, it doesn't crash, it is stable, but there's lack of basic options like resolution. So I would add resolution if it's possible. I would allow regulating sound and music with a slider, like it's standard in most games, at least from 1 to 100, not by 10. And aside from that, well, if it's possible, you should make the game more interesting, more varied, and give the leveling, which is a good idea, basically. Leveling by killing normal enemies in such game, it's something positive, it's better than average actually, but it serves very little purpose. You just level up inside level, mostly one skill, which makes some sense to kill bosses faster. And aside from that, you just start over, everything rolls back, and you start the next level with exactly nothing, just like first level. So lack of progression is very annoying. Graphics are passable, sound is whatever you expect from a game like this, which is pew pew pew, and that's it. And the length, well, probably it's more than some levels. I'm not even sure how many, but it's just too boring for me to go on. I tested 3 levels and they were very similar, so I'm done with the game. But if you're interested, you can go further. Of course, I wouldn't overpay for it. If you want a game like this, you should pay accordingly to the content and quality. So very low money. So if you want to grab it on sale and otherwise just ignore it. Can I recommend it? No, I can't recommend it. It's just way too boring. I think there was just one game that I like. I forgot the name, but it had much more customization than this one, and I kinda sort of liked it. But then I got bored with it anyway. Like this one is way below standard in terms of content. So I would overall give it 4 out of 10. It works, it's passable, but it's not very interesting. And also the genre itself is not the best, not the most interesting genre. So that was Super Captain 3D, and I will see you guys in the next review, hopefully with more interesting game, which I'm planning to do, by the way. So, yeah, that's it for the review.